Iran transfers rockets to Palestinian groups. What weapons has Iran provided to Hamas and Palestinian Islamic Jihad, PIJ, in Gaza? Iran first established ties with Hamas and PIJ in the 1980s. Iran has since provided funding, weapons and training to the militant groups. Iran has transferred several types of artillery rockets, including FAR-3 and FAR-5 rockets as well as M302s originally made in Syria, to Gaza. Since 2006, Tehran has increasingly focused on supplying its regional allies and proxies, including Palestinian factions, with the know-how and equipment to produce rockets locally. Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, commanders have publicly said that their priorities are to improve their allies' ability to operate Iranian-delivered rockets and build rockets and missiles. Instead of giving them a fish or teaching them to catch a fish, we taught our allies and friends how to make a hook, and they are now in possession of missile capabilities and technologies, General Amir Ali Hajizadeh, the commander of the IRGC Aerospace Force, said during an interview in January 2021. Today, the Palestinians fire rockets instead of throwing stones. There are also indications that Iran is custom designing simple rocket systems for production in places like Gaza and Iraq. How has Iran transferred rockets or other weapons to Palestinians given that Egypt has largely destroyed or sealed tunnels that connect Gaza to the Sinai Peninsula? Historically, Iran smuggled weapons via Sudan, where the IRGC Quds Force operated warehouses and where some rocket production on behalf of Palestinian factions might have taken place. From there, the rockets were smuggled via Egypt through tunnels from the Sinai Peninsula into Gaza. But in the last several years, smuggling weapons via that route has become difficult. Egypt has sealed or destroyed many tunnels since 2013. Iran and Sudan had good relations dating back to the 1980s. But in 2015, Sudan began to warm to Saudi Arabia, Iran's main regional rival. In 2016, Khartoum cut diplomatic relations with Tehran. Nevertheless, there are indications that smuggling continues, both via undiscovered tunnels and by sea. How have the Palestinian capabilities improved in recent years? In what ways? Hamas and PIJ have significantly improved their tactics as well as their ability to launch large quantities of rockets. The pace of rocket launches and the firing of whole volleys against faraway targets, including Tel Aviv, 70 kilometers or 45 miles from Gaza, in May 2021 was unprecedented. The launches have also constituted a real stress test for Iron Dome, Israel's missile defense system that intercepts low-altitude and short-range missiles and rockets. Most of the rockets that have been launched from Gaza seem to have been domestically produced.